Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Strap yourself in, because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everyone's wearing your green, some sort of green, whether it's, clothing or a little headband or whatever. But anyway, just having fun with it. And also, too, whether you celebrate or like St. Patrick's Day, no matter what you think about it, the wearing of green, let's just think of green as the healing color. And why not wear such a healing color today? So beautiful, right? Healing is always great. So hello, Maureen, welcome. Yes, as everyone comes in and is sitting and joining our sacred circle this evening, I just want to welcome everyone. And yes, Chris, good evening and happy St. Patrick's Day. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so whether you're watching this show live or you're going to watch it in the archives or listening to this live on Spreaker, welcome everyone and thank you for sitting in Sacred Circle with each and every one of us tonight. This is going to be a very powerful show this evening. So I'm going to be calling on, we're going to be doing some healing work together. All right, for those of you who are showing up early, the topic of this show is utilizing Lemurian crystal healing for Ascension mastery. So if you have a Lemurian crystal, please go ahead and grab that now. All right, grab your Lemurian crystal. And if you don't worry about that because you can tune in to mine that when I hold it up. All right. So just want to give everybody a chance to come in and say good evening and get your, like I said, get your Lemurian crystals. If you don't have one, that's okay. We can use the energy as long as one person in the sacred circle has a Lemurian crystal and can use that as the guide crystal. All right. So I love your hair bow. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah. All right, so let me just go over some things here. My website is whitesagewoman.com. If you would like to contact me, and we're not friends on Facebook, then you can message me through my website. My website is whitesagewoman.com, and that is sage, S-A-G-E, like the herb or like the seer, sage, whitesagewoman.com. That's my website. And those of you who are we're friends on Facebook, you can just send me a private message. All right. So welcome everyone and thank you for joining us today and sitting in Sacred Circle. And we're going to get into some really, I know that all of the times that we are together are pretty deep, right? But we're going to be doing some really heavy healing for everyone tonight. But more for the earth, but it's going to affect everyone. And so I'm trying to give you the keys, some more tools for your spiritual toolbox and things to, I'm going to say, tap into and to utilize as we are ascending into this new golden age. Because there's actually 5 golden ages prior to this. And many of us may not remember those ancient civilizations. And so the very first one was the creation phase, of course. So creation, that time of creation was known as Angala. Do you believe Angala? And then the next phase was the seeding of Africa, the ancient civilization, Petronium. I've tried to, but it's the ancient golden age of Africa when Africa was seeded. And then came Mu, M-U, then Lemuria. Now, most people get confused and think that Mu and Lemuria are the same thing, and they're not. Mu was very high dimensional beings that loved Earth, but they didn't put their feet on the Earth. They floated, okay? And they didn't have a deep connection or a mission with the Earth. They just loved the Earth as they loved all the other planets, and that was that. The Lemurians really had a deep connection with the Earth. Even though they didn't have physical bodies and they kind of like floated, they still really put more energy into having this connection with Earth. All right. And then went on to, there was a period of time when the Lemurians and Atlanteans coexisted together. All right. So they kind of like hand the keys over to the Lemurians, handed them over to Atlantis. So, all right. That's why I was giving everybody time, Chris. Yeah. Wandering around the house looking for my crystal. I found it, ready to go. Great. And for those who are just joining, what we're doing is we're going to have a really, in this sacred circle together as a community, as a team, we are going to send out some really powerful healing using Lemurian crystal healing. All right. A couple of weeks ago, there was another tool of the violet flames Ascension, now the lilac flame. So how you can use the lilac flame to send out healing. This type of healing, I would recommend more the lilac flame for person to person. You can do lilac flame healing to a person, situation, other beings, that type of thing. The Lemurian healing, we're going to go into a crystal healing a little bit more, is not meant to do solo and is not meant really for one-on-one, but you can do that. It was, and you'll understand, as in its creation, it was designed for the Earth. All right. So just know that. All right. So as everyone is coming in and taking their sacred space in the sacred circle, what about, how is everyone enjoying? Have they noticed any changes in the weather yet? Spring is right around the corner, and we have had some snow melting and then rain come in, and this is like known as our mud season. So, woohoo! It's all right. It just you just have to be careful with white dogs. But hey, that's okay. A mud bath is good every once in a while, right? So, and of course, I've already wished happy St. Patrick's Day. Already starting to feel the energies of the full supermoon next week on the 20th and 21st, the spring equinox. So it depends, because it's on the 20th at like 9 p.m., 9 and some change. But for the UK, they're 4 hours ahead right now, at least, because they haven't had their time change yet until March 31st. So that pushes them into the 21st. So the 20th and 21st of spring equinox, we had a full supermoon. Wow. And we're still in this is a powerful Mercury retrograde that we're in. I have had more online computer producing studio type of issues than I have had in a long time. And there's been some pretty powerful ones, but this one is knocking a lot of other systems offline. Even like, look, there was a Facebook shut down, I do believe last Wednesday. Facebook and Instagram. I do know that, like, from Wednesday to Friday, because I had to go back and check the radio shows that were produced. Blog Talk was having some issues. But you didn't know that because I was working those problems in the background for those shows. But it's, it's been a doozy for outside computer type of work. But how are you tuning inward during this Mercury retrograde? Are you doing, if it's that powerful on the outside, we need to utilize this energy and go inward. And that's why I took last week off from my show. I woke up last Sunday morning with these powerful, I want to say downloads, or just sit down, start writing and writing some more. And it's I'm not a writer, so I'm like, oh, but I've learned to trust and listen a long time ago. So it's just whether it's start journaling, then tidbits and things came up for this show. I'm like, okay, everything fell into place as to why I needed to take that time, turn inward, don't be distracted by outside of me as much as possible, and listen. And interestingly enough, during this time, I forgot I signed up for some webinars from my spiritual teachers too, sometimes weeks and months ahead of time. And so there was also a very powerful webinar with Diana Cooper last week. And it was brought up and mentioned about one of her books I didn't have. And I was like, I must have this book. So I ordered this book, The Keys to the Universe. The Keys to the Universe. It's co-authored by Kathy Crosswell. Diana Cooper and Kathy Crosswell worked together on this book. And not only just the books here, there's oracle cards too. There's cards that go with it. Like there's 50 keys. And so there's 50 cards that you can pull. Like, hey, I'm going to pull a card and see what key I need to work on today, or maybe this week, or just however you feel it. Sometimes a key may need a day. Some keys may need a week. You feel that and see how long you need to work with it. So I got this, of course, from Amazon. I was able to get it pretty quick. And then reading it, I'm like, oh, wow, this everything goes hand in hand. It's great to have. I was excited about this book. Now, they wrote this in 2010, so this is before 2012. So anything that says prepare for, it's already happening. We're in it now. We're in it. But it's great validation because I have been receiving things and just would journal about it. And, okay, sure, I can share it, but I was kind of maybe scared to because I didn't know if the time was right? So let's see. Let me catch up with some of these comments here because I don't want to forget anybody. Hello, Julia. I was thinking about you today and wondering how you've been. Thank you. Teresa, my soul sister, Teresa. Great. Yes, it was made for you with the Lemurian crystal in it. That's beautiful when it's made specifically for you. So cool day here. Julia says, yeah, it actually today, the temperature dropped again. It was like, really? That's not spring. It's okay. Chris had a socket where my computer was plugged and exploded. Scared me. Oh my goodness. I bet that was very, very scary. Yes, this is just that type of thing. I heard that was an excellent book just last week. See, all this is coming together. And it's an old book, too. It's a book that, like I said, was written 2010. And I have a lot of Diana Cooper's cards and books. And you know what? Things are revealed just at the time when it needs to be. So as I'm going through this and share a segment of this, it goes over everything. It goes over all of the ancient civilizations and talks about all the important 50 keys, the animal kingdom. It talks about everything, hollow earth, and just how, we have so many. It's because we don't see them. We have so many ascended masters here helping us and supporting us, and they always have. Whether it's supporting humanity, they've always supported Earth and was waiting for humanity to catch on and wake up, so to speak. Well, we have, and now we're moving forward, and we can all work together. All right? And right, exactly, Chris, when you're ready to learn, the tools and the teacher appears. Absolutely. So beautiful. Absolutely. All right, so let's see. So I did show you the keys to the universe and oracle cards. Well, I have to tell you too, in reading this, is that this book and card set has helped me to understand and remember that I was, as many of us were, Lemurian, and then Atlantean. I used to get confused between what I was seeing or remembering of being in the golden age of Atlantis. And as I read her book, Diana Cooper's book, it unlocked deep, deep wisdom within me. I was in both the golden age of Lemuria and Atlantis. So earth healing, I want to back up for just a minute. So I was in both of these golden ages. Many of us probably were. I had a shaman tell me in 2004 that when we were having a discussion, I was like, yes, I have past life memory of Atlantean. He goes, well, you really need to tune into the Lemurian because that's where you were your strongest. And I was like, huh? And it was one of those things that's taken years to understand. And then I started to get more. When I opened up and allowed that, I started over the years to get some flashbacks, to get some underground in tunnels. But that was it. It was like snippets. It wasn't as clear as Atlantis. But I knew that the golden age of Lemuria was so, to me, just so beautifully, breathtakingly astounding. And so it just is something that always stays with you. And not to compare, because Lemurians and Atlanteans lived together for a brief time, and then they handed it over to Atlantis, and Atlantis took it over. And Atlantis was fine until the last Atlantis time was 260,000 years. And it was the last 50,000 years where that was the whole decline and the fall of Atlantis. And that's where the whole earth took a nosedive. The whole earth and earthlings, and we all fell out of heaven, out of Garden of Eden, so to speak. All right. Anyway, so talking about now specifically for what we're going to be working tonight is earth healing. Earth healing is teamwork. It's never done solo because it's not effective done solo. When we astral travel, we are always working. And I had asked one time, I knew it was working because I would see myself in circle and other sacred circles. I would recognize energies around me. And I was like, oh, okay, this is great. And we're healing. And so, but I didn't see beyond that or get a sense of it. So I would ask the angels and guides and the ascended light beings. I said, whoever I'm working with, can I just get a little bit more on what I'm doing in my astral? And that's when it was, that's when I was shown off this earth plane in space, looking down around Earth. And I think there's a picture that has been generated on social media about this particular picture of the planet Earth with angels and ascended masters and shamans all around and healers and healing the earth. That is true. That's exactly what we do. We help hold the energy and send that high energy healing. So it was just so very astounding. And I was guided tonight on St. Patrick's Day, the green. We're going to use the green for the healing and for earth. All right. And we're all going to take part in this. So that's why I had said before, grab your Lemurian healing, your Lemurian crystal. And if you don't have one, don't worry, because we can tune into mine. And to those that do have one in sitting in Sacred Circle with us, we're going to tune in. They're all going to sync up together. All right. And I have to tell you, I've had a Lemurian crystal for a long time. And I was guided to buy that. And I was like, okay. And interestingly enough, this is my first one. I only put it on the altar for distant healing. For when I was using to send out distant healing for the earth, I mean deep healing. This is when I did my deep, deep healing on a daily basis. I send it to, it covers earth, it covers every living being, all right? I never would use this for one-on-one healing, like when clients would come to the house for healing, or whether it's online distant healing. I have different crystals for those, but I was never guided to use the Lemurian crystals for those, only for the earth. And when in the morning and nighttime, when I do send out this, I'm sitting in the sacred circle with other healers, and we're all working on this together. All right. So it's okay. So this is why we're drawn to particular times to send out healing, because we really have a team that we're working with, whether you realize it or not, subconsciously. Oh, this is a great time. Now I've got to do it at this time to work with this team of ascended light beings, of ascended masters, of our ancestors. And many of the ancestors we're talking about go way, 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 way back, 7th dimensional ancestors. All right. And so it's very, very powerful. Very powerful. All right. So let's just, and then my second, this one came to me. When I channel, this is it's like having multiple conversations with people at the same time, so this information comes in really hard and fast from a lot of directions sometimes, and sometimes there's and it's not really talking, it's just here's this information. And then I have okay, so I want to talk about this too and share this and this. And so it's kind of like, okay, just take a deep breath. We'll get it all. We'll get all the information. When you see me, it's like, woo. But a lot of us know that and understand that, those that channel this and do this type of work too. This one has more of a pinkish hue to it. This is my newest one I got a couple of years ago. And it still has some of the Himalayan mountain on it. It's in the chunks there. And this was bought from, I had this couple that they're the only middleman. So they dealt with people right from the Himalayas, and then they have them exported to them, and then they sell it at crystal shows and expos and things like that. So this actually called to me and was very loud, very new. I'm going to go home with you, and I held it and it was just like, yeah, okay. I knew that this was it, and I just had to have that. And all crystals do that, but Lemurian crystals too, when they call to you like that, even if you're not understanding, then go ahead and buy that, and then just listen. You'll know when to use it, because you will not be instructed. It won't call to you unless you're ready. Like Chris says, when you're ready, the tools and teacher appears. Even in our crystals, even those types of tools will call out to us. All right. And so it's very important to listen and to go with that. Okay. Yes. All right. I'll get it. All right. So the Lemurians connected to Earth, going back to that Lemurian time frame, with the specific purpose of forming healing crystals for us. So these crystals were specifically formulated to help us right here, right now, in this transition and ascension into the new golden age. They prepared for this moment right now a long time ago. So remember, 2019, 260,000 years in Atlantis, going back to them, hundreds of thousands of years. They prepared for this moment right here and now. Mind-blowing, isn't it? But we can utilize the crystal's properties. They're downloaded healing codes and programs for many things, including the healing of this planet itself. So the Lemurians were etheric. They had the light bodies. They were not fully in the body, and they did not physically step onto the land. So they were angels, but vibrating at a 5th dimensional frequency. So Earth was created at a 5th dimensional frequency, and it was created as a school, but not like how we vision school, the heart, the hardness, and all of this. All right, the separation. The original mission of school was, and this project, this Earth project, was for us as light beings to take a physical form. That was the experiment. Now, I know some people kind of cringe when they hear experiment, but it's not little green men, aliens experimenting, torturing us. No, it's a very wrapped in a lot of love. It was so much love. All right. And we all wanted to see if we could harmonize with Earth even closer by being in physical form, like the animals on the Earth plane were here in physical form, the plants and the trees. Now, see, the animals are also alien to this Earth plane. They were from other planets and star systems, and they agreed to come in and to help with this experiment. You hear what I'm saying? There's a lot of this, okay? So they agreed to this experiment. Trees, however, are unique to Earth. They were seeded into this Earth. All right. So that's why trees are just so beautiful and so just help you to ground immediately to that Earth energy. All right. So yes, the animal kingdom came in to help us as well. And it was supposed to coexist and be mutual and loving and understanding. All right. And I'm not going to get into it any more than this, but everyone who wants to be vegan, or I think you need to read this book. And going from one extreme to the next, does it really help? Let's get back to that middle, to that harmony. Do you know cows came in and we respected them as equals. We took care of them. There was an agreement. And this is like in Atlantis when we took the physical form. There was an agreement. I'll care for you. I'll provide shelter for you, fresh water for you to drink. And in return, if you would be so gracious to provide milk for our family. You heard me right. That cow was golden white, healing milk, because we had to learn to eat and drink because we didn't do any of this in the light bodies. And so they helped us. It was perfect harmony, no cruelty, nothing like that. And it was with all the animals. Really, you need to open up and expand with this, all right? I'm not going to go into it now. That's not the purpose. But if you're drawn to get this book and these cards, do so. All right. It's beautiful. And we have to understand, and we are all coded with this. It's within us, a time before separation. This is when we started to take school. Once separation occurred, and oh my gosh, it's torturous, it's terrible, it's negative, it's this and it's that, because we made it so. But that's okay. That's behind us. We're ascending now, and we're taking that negativity and realizing that it is part of the positive. It's not this or that. It's this and that. It's just, it's together. We've talked about that before too. Okay. So what I can kind of relate this to when I read that part about how they were like angels that floated on the earth plane at a fifth dimensional frequency, and how they are this huge light force from all over the universe, and they affected all the healing places they energetically touched. You know what I thought about? I thought about that movie Avatar, right? And the people of Na'vi. Did you notice in that movie how when they walked onto their planet, their footsteps were white and golden glow? It was beautiful. They left. It's like their footsteps lit up. Did you notice that? If not, maybe you should go back and watch that. But when the human beings came and stepped on their planet, that did not happen. There was no harmony. There was no love shared. There was none of that. You know why the humans came in to invade that planet. Anyway, that was, bringing separation to a peaceful planet. But I want you to remember that and visualize that, because we're going to get back to that. We're going to be able to, in physical form, leave those type of footsteps. Give you goosebumps, give you chills. Woo! Yes. Yes. All right. Take a deep breath. It's a lot of energy coming through. So take some deep breaths, okay? And stay hydrated. All right. So the Lemurians were linked to 4 ascension planets. The 4 ascension planets are the stars and constellations are Neptune, Orion, Sirius, the Pleiadians, and the Pleiades. The Lemurians also drew down the light and the love of God through the cosmic heart into the earth. Cosmic heart. Where have I heard that before? To the cosmic heart into the earth. So these Lemurian crystals were the only evidence that the Lemurians left of their presence. Think about it. It was their intentional legacy for us. So if you don't own a Lemurian crystal, please go to a shop. Do not buy them online. Go and let it physically draw you. That's your sign that you're ready to work with them. But if you're sitting in the sacred circle, if you are guided to watch this video, to listen to this show, then guess what? You already are drawn and pulled into. If you do not have a Lemurian crystal, that should be the next thing on your list of spiritual tools to go acquire. All right. So isn't that beautiful? Since they didn't have a physical form, they're not going to leave any physical evidence except for these beautiful crystals. There's your proof. Mother Mary is one of the cosmic beings who oversaw the Lemurian influence on Earth. Let that sink in for a moment. Mother Mary is one of the cosmic beings who oversaw the Lemurian influence on Earth. You feel it? Feel good, right? Oh, yeah. Let that settle in the Sacred Heart Center. All right. So using a Lemurian crystal comes with a huge responsibility. Gifting Lemurian crystals to someone without full explanation is like giving someone a motorcycle without them having any knowledge, experience, or training on how to operate it correctly. So the whole point of that right there is just be careful. Don't give it to the youth without instruction. If someone does gift you a Lemurian crystal, then you're ready for that. Sit with that, and that's okay. All right. And you know what it is, then the timing is right. But just be careful if you give one as a gift. If you're guided to, perfect. If you're just looking for something, I don't know, how about a Lemurian crystal? Just tune in with that and make sure that the person, the receiver, knows what Lemurian crystals are, and because they are just very powerful. Lemurian healing energy has 10 times the power of Reiki. Yes, I'm going to repeat that. Lemurian healing energy has 10 times the power of Reiki. And the angels, ascended light beings, the intergalactic council, and cosmic beings will not let us learn about healing with crystals unless we are totally ready to use them with integrity. Cosmic beings, when I say that, are all beings and the people who are 5th dimensional and above. Pat yourself on the back. I know I'm sitting in the sacred circle here with a lot of powerful healers who have that integrity. All right, but just know this. Lemurian healing comes from the deepest love, the cosmic heart, and the focus is on healing and maintaining this planet. All right. Although it can be sent to individuals as well, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but we're coming together right now for the earth, for huge for healing in that way. That's what we are coming together for. All right. Just going to sit with this. Just like I said, so much energy coming. Okay. The energy that we send out lists for healing for the earth, to help the earth in her healing process, is never meant to be sent out by a single person in a single intention. Think about that. We are all together. We are all connected. So we must be in a sacred energetic circle. When at least two fifth dimensional beings get together, they can focus the energy of the crystals into the earth. Okay, how do y'all feel right now? Before we go into it, this is it's not even a meditation. This is pre-healing. All right. We're going to send healing out this evening to Africa. Why Africa? Well, it's the solar plexus of Earth. Okay, so Petronium was the ancient civilization pre-Lemuria and Mu and Atlantis, of course, that seeded Africa and the African races. So golden Africa held a light that was alive and strong. The great ascended master is, think of, kid, you just, what's the first thing you think of? Don't they usually name continents or oceans after a particular era or a person? Well, guess what? Is the great ascended master Afra, A-F-R-A. So now you know where Africa, the name, came from. So the great ascended master Afra, a seventh dimensional being who is similar energy to that of an archangel and oversees oversees Africa. Sorry. So his energy is right up there. I know I've said in the past there's a fine line between what we consider angels and these ascended light beings or alien, right? And there it is. His energy is very similar to an archangel, but he oversees Africa. So there's layers of this energy, and that's what we call the vibrations, the layers. And he still oversees Africa. So when we link with and cooperate with the cosmic beings who fully understand how to work with elements and the elemental beings, the ancient wisdom returns. So it is returning right now. So it isn't just sleeping people who are waking up, but it's also sleeping portals of the earth that are waking up as well. The seventh dimensional beings are all assisting in the portals waking up. So this one, another thing is that Earth's ascending with or without us, because Earth has tremendous helpers. But they want humanity because we have such a love of Earth. They want humanity to help. So we're going to be sending some Lemurian healing to the African portal of Table Mountain, which holds an understanding of abundance consciousness. Then we will spread that healing out worldwide, all over the planet and beyond. All right. So that's what we are going to do in just a few moments. I want everyone to get to kind of prepare, get ready, be comfortable, because I'm going to put you through this. It's going to sound like a meditation or a journey, but we're all doing this together. All right. And so it's going to be very, very powerful when we get into this. And I just want to, there's going to be a segment, a part when we are in Africa, I will play the drum. That is part of, believe it or not, there's certain sounds too, and we've talked about this as well, that have a healing frequency. And drumming connects, of course, to Africa, which is no surprise. A lot of people understand that. It's not just indigenous people. The Africans were considered indigenous people because they were the first ones. So, and there's going to be a part, so don't let that startle you when you hear the drum. And also, I have to give fair warning that one or two of my dogs may bark. Don't let that be distracting either, because my male dog Ty Sometimes the drum's okay. Sometimes it sets them off. So I will try to play it gently too, and it's only going to be for like a minute or so, just to let you connect with those types of healing vibrations. Okay? So we're ready. Make sure you're relaxed. If you have a Lemurian crystal, hold on to your Lemurian crystal. If you have two, one in each hand. If you have more, choose two. One in each hand. All right. And if you don't, then I'm holding mine up right here, right now. You can take a picture of this and stare at it, or scan this crystal into your energy, hold it in your consciousness, and just keep visualizing the Lemurian crystal as we send out this healing. Giving you a moment, you can take a picture, grab your own. All right, there we go. And for those on radio, just please, we're all connected heart to heart. We're just going to tap into not only this one, but at Chris's, she has one, and anyone else who's sitting in Sacred Circle with the set has them. All our Lemurian crystals are linking up together, and they activate as soon as you hold them in your hands with the intention of healing. We have now activated them. So let's take a deep breath, and we're going to begin this powerful healing that we're going to be sending out as a sacred circle. So close your eyes and relax. Ground yourself by imagining roots growing out from the bottoms of your feet deep into the earth. We're going to wrap Archangel Michael's blue cloak of protection around you. Ask Mother Mary to come to you and picture her placing you in this ball of soft pink light. Take a deep breath, breathe in this soft pink light. Feel that you are part of the wondrous Lemurian energy. You are holding a huge Lemurian crystal wand as you enter deep into the earth. With your wand, you are lighting up all the Lemurian crystals within the earth until you see our planet glowing and shimmering from within. So visualize the Lemurian crystals in our sacred circle connecting with all the other Lemurian crystals on the earth. And you can feel the vibration, see the planet glowing and shimmering from within. And hold that energy as we now take our focus together as a sacred circle. We're going to send and direct our focused healing to the African portal of Table Mountain. With the drum beats, feel the earth's heartbeat underneath your feet. Feel her heartbeat come up to your heart. Feel your heart be in synchrony and in harmony with Mother Earth. Direct this energy, this powerful Lemurian energy, to the African portal on Table Mountain. Take another deep breath in and release. And with the wand, the Lemurian crystal still in your hand, and focused in on the Lemurian crystal energy, we're going to now travel the cosmos, lighting up the Lemurian crystal on other planets. Look at the entire universe just glowing and shining with healing light. You can look at it, admire it, feel it. Feel this powerful glowing and shining of healing everywhere in the cosmos. All other stars and planets. See everything all bright and shining. But this bright and shining energy and this light does not hurt your eyes. It's a beautiful, healing, soft, white, golden white light. Now we're going to return back to the earth plane. Safely landing back to where you are. Now we're going to separate ourselves from the Lemurian energy by simply putting down the Lemurian crystal, releasing it from your grasp. It is done. It is complete. And slowly bring your awareness back into the room where you are, fully back into your body, and slowly open your eyes. Take some more deep breaths as needed. So how do you feel and what do you experience? So be free to please share. Those that are watching live through Facebook can share the comments. Those who are listening on Spreaker, on radio, or listening to this show in the archives, you can please share with me. You can send me a message through my website, whitesagewoman.com, or you can, again, just message me privately on Facebook. So there's many ways that you should be able to get in touch with me. All right. Oh, and that's my blog too. If you wanted to subscribe to my blog, whitesagewoman.me. But you can get to it from my website, whitesagewoman.com. All right, so let's give everybody a few moments to take some deep breaths, maybe get a sip of some water. And share with everyone how you feel. Coming back from that, we'll give everyone a couple minutes because there's sometimes a delay. And that's all right. While I'm waiting for the comments, I'm going to share with you too this. All right, still feeling it. Here we go. All right, Chris, my crystal is vibrating. I could also feel the roots from my feet extending into the earth. That's beautiful, beautiful. That's, one of the fastest images to help me ground is a tree with the roots. And then we've seen the earth, the life tree, the earth tree. It shows the roots deep into the earth, but still way up into the cosmos. Powerful symbol, right? Yes, and the crystal also got warm. Absolutely, yes. It really heats up doesn't it? It really, really does. So I have to take my little headband off now because it's squeezing my head. Okay. And there's so much energy that's like, whoo. I don't want that on my head right now. Okay, so, all right, Teresa. When I astrally travel, I go out into the galaxy and look at everything. That's what I did today. Thank you, Tiffany. No, thank you, Teresa, because you are healing from the cosmos. That's what you're doing. Those that can astral travel so easily, just like that, you remember how to do that. And that's how you are guaranteed when you're sleeping in the astral plane. That's where you're working from too. So let's see. Wendy, I can taste the earth when I ground. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. I mean, as a gardener, and I love to put my hands in the dirt. So the taste, I totally understand this. It's beautiful. And you wonder why kids make mud pies. It's their way of grounding. But I'm grounded, Mom. Our youngest son would eat everything, go outside. Oh my gosh, we're trying to protect all the bugs and everything from this kid eating dirt. Go to the beach, he'd eat sand. I mean, it was just like, maybe that's his way of grounding. And it all came back out, but just, that's beautiful, Wendy. Thanks for sharing that. And all of you, thank you for sharing. Yes, shivering. When we go up into the upper vibrations and even the space and the cosmos, it's cold type of energy. It's beautiful though. Yes, you can. And this is where you get like the hot, cold thing going. If you're holding crystals, they feel like they're on fire in your hands, but your whole energy around you feels like you're in an ice box. It feels cool. And so you're going to have both of them. And that's okay. So it's just great to have all these validations for these experiences. I would journal them if you can, just jot down some of the details of what you experienced with this one and keep doing this. We are a sacred circle right here, right now. And I give permission for you to, when you do group healing, to access this circle. It's already been done subconsciously. So when we need to send out healing as a group, guess what? This sacred circle is activated. And we can have multiple interlocking circles, almost like the Olympic symbol, those interlocking rings. So it's like Chris is in this circle, but she's also evolved in another circle and in another circle. And so you see how it just is all connected. The flower of life, the geometric, the sacred geometry, have interconnecting circles. So this is the energy. This is how it works. So of course it's not meant to be selfish and give and receive only as a solo type of force. We are interconnected. We are one, and we have to honor and recognize that and send it out. So, and you can go back, re-listen to, you can do this meditation or this healing yourself. There is a version of it. What you just heard is an updated version, but there is a version in here. And also too, by taking walks now. When you take a walk, of course, feel the heartbeat with each step, right? Coming up, connecting again with the heartbeat, but visualize that your footsteps are lighting up. Like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's you telling the earth, I love you, the earth responding, I love you. The beautiful, beautiful. Just light it up. Visualize that. Watch Avatar again. Oh, thank you, Lori. It's just, because a lot of us, sometimes we may need a little bit more help visually, so, and that's okay. But many of us are quite visual ourselves. So, but it's anything that helps with our tools. And that's what spiritual tools are for, is to help you. So I want to get back to and wrap this up a little bit here. Is we talked about how Lemurian crystals are also used for self-healing. All right. Now, this is very much needed now as our lower energies are surfacing because our frequency is rising. And I said that this is when we're really exposing the dark energies, the lower energies, the skeletons in our closet. The key is to make sure you have no expectations for the outcome of healing. So when you want to have some self-healing, again, it takes a team, so to speak, or just one other person. Use only pure, ethically sourced Lemurian quartz crystals, which you can buy from a good local crystal shop, or if you know a crystal manufacturer, just someone who or distributes them. It is recommended highly for Lemurian crystal. Do not buy them online. They do not need to be cleansed, as they are self-cleansing. Think about that. Ooh, these are some really powerful. They do not need us to cleanse it. We need the crystal to cleanse us. All right, when you hold a Lemurian crystal, you bring it to life. You activate it, or turning it on, so to speak. All right, and then to stop that healing, you just let go. But you can look into the crystal as if it's a mirror, but remember, we do not always see the truth about ourselves. So this is why using Lemurian crystal as a team is more effective. Others in your sacred circle, it could be one person or others in your sacred circle, they look into their crystals for you, and they see, they sense, or feel what needs to be healed for you. And without judgment, only observing from a loving vibration, they share with you what you need. And you repeat this for everyone in the sacred circle. Now, many of us who are healers, and we connect with what we call healing angels and healing ascended beings, that's your circle. You can use it then. All right? Some healing modalities teach you to either use your own energy. So that's not connecting to source or connecting with the sacred circle. That's why I think you should be very careful. All right, now as you gaze into your crystal, ask for clear understanding on what needs to be cleansed or healed. And visualize yourself connecting with the beating heart of the cosmos, like we did, or the cosmic heart. And this helps you to observe only and to accept whatever needs to be cleansed and healed. And so that's what you do for someone else. So if you want to, I want to exchange healing, and we're going to use the Lemurian crystals. I'll get what I see for you. You will share what you get for me, and that's beautiful. And there you go. And usually it's when healers want that type of validation too. You have your healing teams already in the circles. It's the two circles interlocking and helping. Okay? Beautiful. Beautiful. So that being said too, I am updating my crystal healing course, and it's going to be, instead of crystal Reiki, it's just going to be, since this type of crystal healing is so much more powerful, I want to take the term Reiki off. And it was explained to me that it was okay to use it years ago when Reiki first became popular, so people would understand and know that is an energetic form of healing. Okay, so let's see. I will let others use my other crystals, but my Lemurian crystal is only handled by me. Yes, very good. Very good. Absolutely. There are some healing crystals that I use that is shared with everyone, that comes in for healing, that fit one-on-one, who need that healing. Sure, here, you get my healing. Now, my channeling crystal that I have when I do my shows or I journal, and no one touches my channeling crystal or the Lemurian crystals, the powerful healer ones. So yes, Chris, very valid point. The crystals are the ancient recorders. It is very sacred to me. That's wonderful. It should be very sacred to you. And I love that. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to be updating my crystal healing course and implementing more of it's the verbiage and the wording needs to change now. So it's not going to be Reiki and then explain what it is. All right. So what's this whole thing with crystals? I know for a fact everyone sitting in this sacred circle loves crystals. So Wendy, raise your hand. No. All of us raise your hand. All right. So our crystals, I had a very interesting dialogue. It was funny. I was running another show, and this is, like I said, this last week, information's coming in all the time, even running other shows and listening to the show hosts and their guests talk. And so it was, and she was talking about crystals, and I was like, oh, I love all this. This is really great. And then she's talking about I suddenly hear, and all this information started coming through when she was talking about, crystals in your office, and you put them around your computer. And I was hearing, but there's crystals in your computers. Why not just access those? And I'm like, wait, what? What? I'm trying to, this is my life, and I know this is a lot of our lives. We're trying to do something here, and okay. Remember that we are communicating with high dimensional beings, a lot of them who did not take physical form, so they don't understand what it's like to be in a physical body, which is fine. So I don't mind that. I can actually listen to two things at the same time and with understanding. All right, I've ever been able to do this. I've been able to do this since I was a child. I can listen to two different things. I have ran a show, listened to them successfully, know when the next callers, a show with callers, for someone else's show, not my own, and listen to something else going on at the same time and understand where we are in both of them. That's powerful training your mind. Think of your mind as one unified brain working together in harmony. All right. Yeah. Okay. You want to do this now? All right. So another thing to do is to visualize both parts, your left brain, your right brain together working in harmony. Hey, look, two aspects, that the separation, right? I like to say that the bridge is solid between my left and right brain. The bridge is solid between my left and right brain. The bridge is solid between my left and right brain. I have one unified brain. Both sides, the left and right hemispheres, work together in perfect harmony and unison. However you want to say that and do that. We only use 10% of our brains. 5D and higher use 90%. So as you feel that opening up and you feel that's what pops up in the third eye is the balanced brain energy. Okay, sorry. See, all right. So back to our crystals used in computers. That's the question then. But yes, silicon has been at the heart of computing since the 1950s, and as the most common material used to make semiconductors. Silicon Valley. Why do you think they call it Silicon Valley? It's because that's where they make the computers. Yes, I know we have AI popping up. Let's table that for a moment. In nature, silicon rarely occurs in its pure form, but as silicon dioxide in crystals such as quartz, agate, amethyst, and rock crystal. Crystals are the top layer of the earth. And probably many other planets too then, all right? Let's remember that. So quartz is used in watches, computers, and other devices to keep time. The quartz crystal vibrates or ticks at an exact 60 seconds per minute when electricity is applied to it. So quartz is one of the most abundant minerals found on the surface of this earth. Of course, it's the whole first layer. Quartz crystals are also a common component in devices like cell phones, television receivers, and of course watches and clocks we just talked about. So why not? So I always thought when I first this whole online internet, we go through these phases of now I got to sit down here in front of a computer all the time, which was not something I always visualized me doing with my work. But hey, here we are. And connecting with, and I honor and thank the computer when you're done, your cell phone. Yes, they may put off some EMFs, but the energy from the crystal, when you connect with the crystal, that surpasses and protects against any EMFs. Of course, I do have other crystals out surrounding them as well to connect and be in harmony with each other, and salt lamps, and to just, of course, and plants. And anyway, so those that watch Ancient Aliens, Giorgio on Ancient Aliens uses the term misunderstood technology. He felt that we have misunderstood the technology of our ancestors. And I actually completely agree with this, but on a spiritual level, not a scientific level. It isn't scientific technology, but spiritual technology. AI is a distraction of our own divine power. This technology isn't created outside of us, but within us, the divine power, the divine technology. We are very powerful. And with our 12 chakras and all 12 strands of our DNA activated, guess what we can do? We can levitate. We can defy gravity. We can heal ourselves continuously. We can regrow limbs, power communities, states, and countries in the world with our own energy. Technology is not something that we create outside of us with our own hands. It's what we create on the inside and shine out. Hold on to that. It's so simple, yet it's so hard for an unbalanced mind to grasp that. Right? Woo! Let that sink in for a minute. The only crystals I have are my uncle's. It's okay, as long as you have some crystals. And they call to you, like I said, they will call to you. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. I have a lapis angel I use to channel. Right. Exactly. Those are like the crystal skulls. All right. It's your recorder. It's your recording device. It's like your personal journals, but it's an energetic recording. So I just don't let anyone read my journals. You're not going to let anyone touch specific crystals. The ones you have dedicated for channeling, the one you have dedicated for healing. All right. So, yes, thank you so much, everyone, tuning in. I know we ran over a little bit, but it's okay. Thank you. Great show. Thank you. Blessings to everyone. Yes, have a terrific week and enjoy the full moon. Thank each and every one of you for participating in the sacred circle with me and with all of us, and for sending out that much needed healing. And we can get back to this anytime we want to send this out. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, everyone. Blessings to all. Yes, very much so. And next week, I'm giving everyone an opportunity to order the book and the cards. I will draw a card for you, the keys. I'll see what key you need to focus on for that day or week or however long it takes for you to with that key. So those that want to order the book and the card set, you have time until next week. All right. And so that you can maybe read along and feel the vibration alongside with me. It'd be fun. All right. Thank you, Sarah. Many blessings to you and Anthony and Austin. All right. So next Sunday evening, good night, everyone. Same place, same time. Many blessings to each of you. Good night.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.